So we got the lantern. We can upgrade equipment. I haven't got a chance to try any. We literally just left off with like I think some pretty hefty weapon upgrades, like more than we nearly doubled our damage like immediately. And on top of that, we got this this headgear, and it'll attack enemies, or it's a relic or something. My controls have reset. Come on. There we go. So there's a here we go. This is what I want. That's what I want. So much better. Okay. So I don't know if I can view what I've got equipped. I think I gotta go over here real quick. No. How did I do this? I can't remember. Damn it. Hold on. Yeah, I don't remember how I did this. This is something I can do. I can, like, swap out, like, somewhere. I don't remember. Oh, talismans. Here we go. Can I do these on the fly? No. Well, I can't remember how I did it, but we were swapping around earlier. This thing makes orbs appear when you strike enemies, and it seems like it's, I don't know. Well, you know what? We haven't got a chance to test it even, so let's go find ourselves a traveler real quick. I think, oh yeah. So this is the quest that we got from Bataran. Well, yeah. And I, initially, you know, the funny thing is I thought maybe the traveler might have been that giant serpent thing. Now I'm not so sure. I'm curious now. I thought it might have been like a, what's the name of that big giant air creature in Avatar? I don't know. The big giant, like, buffalo looking thing, like a water buffalo. I don't even know what it is.
A fishing village once huddled among the great buildings along the shore. Kala's wraith might still linger there, pining after her former life.
Okay, well, not yet. Jokel, give me Yokel. Actually, we finally did somebody to pronounce his name, and I've been saying it wrong the entire time. Oh, I know. It was the woman we just rescued, or not really rescued, more so recruited, honestly. Yeah, we didn't really rescue at all. We were granted the ability to get her aid.
The great historian Irala once claimed that listeners are descended from the Brawl. Who could believe there is any connection between the likes of Cisna and our own Bataran?
It's probably really, it's probably something like, you know, without, you know, darkness can only exist, you know, shadow can only exist via light, or, you know, whatever, one of those type of deals. So I bet they're two sides of the same coin. Here is where I think we need to be. Yeah, okay, so I can make other talismans, and I can equip. Go ahead and equip them. So relics are the ones in the centers. Talismans are the ones in the sides, I believe. 50% less stamina cost to sprint. That's insane. Your damage resistance increases over time while you have a companion close by. Oh, that's cool. I think I'm gonna get a second wind. Yeah, that's legit. That's good. Let's go with that. And we got a good long way to go. What weapons did we bring? I think we have. These are both. I think these are both upgraded. Yeah, and they have much higher damage now. Yeah, nothing is remotely close. Yeah, these are only 200 weapons. Oh. Yeah. So we should be doing a lot more damage now. When it comes down to it. Whoa, forgot about you. Let's see how much better we are with this. So we can hit. I keep forgetting that the sprinting attacks, running attacks don't that was close. You don't keep your lock while you're doing them. Ah, bummer. Here goes all my damage. That's fine, though. We're doing a lot more damage, though. So we at least got that going for us. It's cool that the lantern is visible on you at all times. It's a nice touch. Kind of reminds me of the what was it? I don't think it was the Augite of Guidance, was it? The small little glowing stone. The one from Demon Souls. It was something like that. I can't remember exactly what it was.
This light, it's making the ice water. Or it could be just weeping for joy.
It's nice that we can finally sprint for a good distance. It's like a nice little quality of life, you know, totally worth getting, even for a good amount of money. Or more so just that my income is pretty low. So, okay, so if you block and you get chip damage, it seems that you don't, like, you have to take a full hit in order to lose the orbs. So that's good to know. Are we even remotely going the right direction? Well, we have to go. thought I took a hit there for a second. Wow, that is slow. Holy crap. Chunky, though. It's nice that you're able to switch weapons and not lose your damage upgrade. I think this is just raw damage. I don't think this is like it doesn't appear to fire like a soul mass. Closer. Ooh, careful. Whoa, okay, the damage on this is for how quick, how slow it is, I guess. Can't see anything. Does do some pretty decent damage. Okay, once we cross this, we can go... You know, I don't think this is the right way. I think there's a way across the river or something. Hold on a minute. Yeah, we can. We should be able to cross. It shouldn't be that deep. I think. I hope. That was kind of funny, though, the fact that you pretty much can drown. So yeah, this should just be narrow enough, I hope. I wonder in the long term you do get the ability to, like, you know, proper swim, or I don't even know. Boats. You know, I was starting to feel like this might be a boss fight.
Watch it there, vagrant. I've got a barrel and I'm not afraid to use it. Wait, I'm not scaring vagrant. In that case, maybe you and me can strike a deal. Especially on account of you having just the things I need. A certain stone and rod. I don't make a habit of traveling by barrel, but the pass is pretty much impassable.
Oh.
It's all bunged up by a listener called Garoran. See? He's got some unholy mix of stones and shadows that we can't even see, let alone touch. And we tribe stuck on the other side, getting tromped on by some big listener boots. But with that seam stone and heartbone rod you got, we can bust up Garoran's blockade.
Nice. We got new people.
Still pinching myself about you having the stone and rod like that. And you being willing to help me and my tribe out. That's the spice on the fish stick.
Alright. So, when did I get these? And what was the rod and the... I think the stone was from, when we were going in to kill that first boss, Ukoto. I think. I think I might have just wandered over to it, Was there a quest for that before? I can't remember now. Because I couldn't really do anything with them earlier. Okay, so looking back at this, they do work like soul masks. They're basically soul masks that you replenish every hit, I think. Or there's just an effect where you do extra damage or something. Not super sure yet. So my goal is to get over there. I wonder if there's like a shortcut we can just like walk off the wall. There. So this is that's that serpent creature thing. Or like a tadpole, or I don't even know. Wow, look at this. That's cool. That is a very like immediate transition. Okay. Don't mind if I do. Okay, more scoria. Okay, I haven't been here before, but this is... I mean, well, I've been to the general area before. I have not previously been, I think, to this... Have I? To this, this room thing? Pretty sure I haven't. I don't know. I don't... maybe I have, actually. Well, at least we're better prepared now. We have way more damage for this. I think the axe probably wasn't the best. Well, the two-handed axe probably not the best choice for this area. I used to think like wide that could attack a lot of enemies at once. Considering how much I've been ganged up on here. Yeah, those are doing damage after the fact. So it's not just a visual effect, those are just projectiles. Just full stop. What was this all about? Am I not the only person who saw that? How's the AI and the companion? He sees me beat up a lot. He's a monster. Doesn't matter if he takes a hit. He keeps coming back. And hey, Thread. I think, like, he keeps coming back, too. Like, he'll, there was something here I saw. I wanted to check it out. More spiders. Here we go. This is what I was looking for. Crab, dude. See, he is like... I think his damage must scale with me. But no, good damage. He doesn't... I don't... Like, I'm not as concerned with, with how much damage he takes, because he's drawing aggro, he heals a lot, he'll come back after a while if he's knocked out. He typically doesn't get knocked out nearly as easily as I would anyways. So he just goes in there, face tanks everything, and saves me a lot of hassle, you know? Hold on, wanna... Here he is. I wanted to get the dogs out of the way first, or at least minimize the minimize the amount that I'm dealing with them. Alright, we're almost to the tower. We're almost gonna blow up this blockade. Should be like right in here, I think. Well, oh, did I just... Do I gotta go back? Oh, hello. That hurts. Yeah, I gotta go around. Can I, oh, I don't have any spears on me. Huh. Well, never mind. I was gonna say, can I knock these guys out of their ambush with a spear, but no, I cannot. Ah. Ooh, that's close. Here we are. This is it. Oh, that's why it looked like this thing was falling. We're gonna blow up the. We're gonna blow a hole into this thing. I don't know if it's gonna crumble, but at the very least, we're gonna. I think we're gonna bomb open the corner here.
These rocks aren't what they seem, but that don't mean they won't hurt you if you run into them. So let's see what them nifty artifacts you found can do, eh? Touch both rod and stone to the wall, and those rocks should blow away like ash in the wind.
All right, let's see. Let's try it. Okay, that wasn't as that wasn't as explosive as I was expecting. But we can go through now.
By me reckoning, the job is only half done. Let's go disillusion old Garoran before he makes a new blockade.
Works for me. Oh, oh, hello. Is this going to be a boss right away? Could be. Look, these guys gonna. Yeah, they are. It's really, really strange that, like, the fact that you can't maintain your lock while sprinting is, it makes sense for the gameplay, but it definitely is a little, it feels strange. Oof. Aw, man. You gotta be like that. That's good to have. That's basically a homeward bone. Oh, come on, man. Is that our... That looks like that's our dude. Yeah, he's pretty big. Seems like he's got something going on, too. I want to scout him a bit, but... Hey, thanks for the host, Necro. Alright, let's, Is there like a lesser drop into the arena, maybe? Oh, spider. Just chilling, looking at me. That looks like a... Let's not go down there. Where's our best... Where's our best chance of not dying to fall damage? I can only assume this is fine. Oh, it's we got like a pinwheel drop. Oh, the little pup thing is like one of those flying things. So a pup is a Dysora. Necromancer? Oh, it must have been the first pulse that got him. Oh, I cannot dodge at all. Yeah, well, the shield's like the second, probably the second weakest shield I've had. And they're probably all like not all super great. You're supposed to probably somewhat rely on dodging if you can. You know, actually, there's not a lot of chip looking at it. Instead, it's literally just that I'm running out of stamina. I can one-shot these guys, just about. Nope, two-shot. Might be one-shot with the full charge, though. Assuming I don't miss it. That costs so much stamina. You know what? Oh, Jokel's down. That's not good. Come on, man. Oh, for whatever reason I couldn't at that point. He's got him, okay. This is why I wish I had brought that, I was using that club instead, because, A lot of skeletons to deal with. Ooh, that was like a, that was kind of like the R2s on, the two-handed R2 from the Butcher Knife. Nice. For a second, I was like, "Wait, is there? Do I need to leave in a hurry? Is there a timer?" No, but everything potentially holding this place up is gonna go. I really need to start making some more spears. We got tons of spearheads, and lots of money too. So I think we're gonna follow the pup to its mother, and hopefully, perhaps, hopefully maybe get a ride elsewhere. So we needed to travel a bit, I think. We'll see. I really want to get whatever that is. I think we lost Jokel. Go. Ah. I need to be really careful about doing that. Oh wait, can I just, no, I gotta make the jump. Which I'm totally not gonna make. Well. Or maybe from here. Yeah, there we go. That was not quite worth it. Oh, okay. Oh. So every single one of these then is a fast travel spot. And do you want some of those hey, thanks for the follow, Doug. Do you want some of these bugs? There's my crown for that good old X2 magic damage. Not quite yet. I only have I have the one that the more I can attack stuff without taking a hit, I do more damage. Everything else, I don't know. Fly, Vagrant's Rest. Okay, well, I'll give that a shot. Wow, they just fly. Yeah, this is literally like, this is full-on bonfire travel. And thanks for the raid. I didn't thank you earlier. Oh, that's amazing. It follows me. It's a nice touch. Wait. No, you're still missing an arm. I guess everybody's helping build.
It seems as though Isla's aims align with ours, at least for the time being. Some lively company will make it easier to bear the gravity of our purpose. You wish to know more about the heart of Lathyrus? For centuries we basked in the Ashen light, oblivious to the sickness it visited upon us. Matriarch Amiren is my elder sister. She fought hard to protect our people. She stole the heart and sundered it, keeping what was listener and discarding what was human. Then Amiren led those who would follow her into the cool and soothing dark. On the shores of the Whispers, beneath the Listener ruins, that's where the matriarch resides.
It's good. It's like, it's like carving open worlds. It's very much. It feels very much like if like Journey and Souls found a happy medium, and just in every way, like the aesthetic, the nature of the world, the level of difficulty. I don't know. It's surprisingly solid. I probably would want the difficulty to be a bit more than it currently is, but I'm also fine with where it's at. Runs well, looks great. Oh, you know what? Wait, where is she anyways? She's over there, okay. Funny thing is that Yakuza 0 has got me looking at side quests again instead of ignoring them as much. Look at this. It seems that everywhere we're building a village. Everybody's got some construction going on. And it's been changing, too. Because Bataran he was off to the side earlier, and now he's building some more stuff. And it's interesting, too, that, like, everybody's participating. It's not like, everybody's waiting on a competent builder, just they're all winging it. And there's no hierarchy that says, oh, I'm too good to build, somebody else is going to do it for me.
Sick rune smashed, enemies dead, the way home is open, and we got to ride a Diasaura pup! That was more fun than a wet fish in a pot full of eyeballs! That crimson gourd of yours is pretty sweet. But I can make it even sweeter. Come to me, table, and I'll see about making this sap more potent.
What? Oh, hold on. Give me a sec. I think I'm gonna make some spears. I think she was gonna give me, like, my initial upgrade or a reward, or I don't even know what. Let's see. You know what? This would actually be more relics. Bonus health as you travel further away from Vagrant's Rest. Ooh, I kind of like that. More stamina. I wonder if later on I can upgrade it. Wait, what? Oh, there actually is storage. Okay. I must have unlocked this earlier. Like, this was never pointed out to me. Maybe this has always been there. That's cool, though. Wait. How do I... Oh, it's Y to transfer. Yeah, all these broken weapons are ones I can fix later on. And make them much, much better. Let me take that, let me get that shield out of the way too. Cool. So, I'm guessing there's gonna be a bunch of little things that I get over time, just as I get the village upgraded. Alright, Spears time. 750 scoria, but a whole lot more damage. It only takes to make 9 of these. I only need 1 of these. Wow. Okay, these are crazy economical. Look at this. These cost very few spearheads for ungodly amounts. They don't seem to have a weight to them either. Let's hold off because I bet you there's like another tier of these things. Let's go store the rest of these away. Sorry about all the broken pottery. Okay. My guess is it probably cost me more than I currently have for the sap, but we have a lot of good spears, so that's a start. Alright. Whoa, she gave me a bunch of stuff.
Crimson gourds are a rare treasure. Yokel was a good man to give you that one. The trick is to thin out the sap, so you get the more potent swig.
Oh, this works, yeah. And I can afford that too. That's starting to look like a full heal.
I like the chops of this town you're setting up. Reckon I'll stick around for a bit. Before I get too comfy, though, there's something I need to sort out. The pass to the Whispers is open, but my tribes still haven't come through. There was meant to be an escape, but I reckon it got trampled by those listener thugs again. Gararon's kin, see? They got me tribe wrapped up tight in their chains. We've got to find Granny Nella and ask her what happened. She'll be in Hillside, somewhere.
The interesting thing about this is this kind of reminds me of a bit more fleshed out of what Dark Souls 2 was doing with Majula. Where Majula was like everybody's basically settling into life in this terrible world, and you're poking at oh, that's cool that he just arrives like that. You're obviously still fighting to see if you can do anything about the curse, but in the meantime, everyone else is like, what are we gonna do? We're stuck here. Got to make something of it. Similar to this, where everybody's setting up, rebuilding civilization in. With Majula, I think they could have spent more time basically saying, alright, well, I guess we're stuck here, we might as well make do as best as we can. And they somewhat did, it's just Majula didn't really change much. But I think Majula could have easily been set up such that it would, You return and a darkling fortress on the move. You could easily have it to where in Bajula everybody starts like building up a rebuilding civilization, so to speak. Wow, this is very one-way. This is a very common thing the game does. They force you to spend some time in each new area before you're able to like just instantly fast travel back. Should have some more big bad scary dudes now, like that one. Well, no, they're not that strong. Wow, okay. Does he always do that? Yeah, he's got some effect on him. Oh, I had to take a hit. Okay. All right. That was so unceremonious. That was like, yep, you're flat on the ground. That's it. Lost all my scoria, but luckily it's right over there. Not too far off from where I died. Or really, it looks about... I think I backed up that far. Oh. Well, I did some damage. Yeah, that puts me back. Puts me back to full, so that's good. Be careful though, I don't want to spend all this sap all in one, before we barely even get moving. Oh, sorry. I should also really be spending more time with these spears. Damn, okay, so Ellie is a beast. Oh, hello. So it occurred to me, I don't think I've picked up a sword yet. I've got like clubs, axes. Very spooky. What are you? Okay, wait. There is something up with these things. Besides looking really cool. Oh. Elia, come on. Don't leave me hanging. Where'd you even run off to? Oh, you're stuck. Okay, yeah, almost good. This is such a weird experience playing a Souls-esque game out in the open. This is kind of like like a variant of the promise from Frigid Outskirts. You know, where you're just sort of like just kind of wandering around, and it's not so. It's so like alien playing a Souls-esque game such that you're not. Even the best Souls games were, in terms of how the world was, whoa, hey. Well, we could do some major traveling. I wonder if that one's happy that I saved their kin. Whoa, are we gonna meet? This is cool. FromSoft does not have massive flying whales. What was I gonna say? It's really weird how even in the best of cases, Souls games are very it's all tunnels and corridors. And this game is so open, it's like, it's both refreshing and just... It's very just... Whoa, they have fire breath. That was what was going on. It's refreshing and, it's just like kind of, I don't know, like it's alien and welcome and different in like the best ways. Are these all listeners? Whoa, they're... Okay, hold on. Time out. I'll be back in a minute. Be back in a minute. They have jump... What is going on? They do have jump attacks. I think these things are listeners. And they're redonkulous. Spears do really well, though. Come on, Alia. Be there in a minute. They have the same kind of like visual presentation as a listener. I kind of want to go... Oh, hello. Medium Scoria stash. 2,500. That's a pretty... Wow, 10 times more just right off the bat. That, like, is so much more refreshing. It's so much better than, like, Souls saying, the base ones give you, like, 20. Or even that, it feels like. And then the next one is, like, 50. Maybe those things are actually dark. Oh crap, we're gonna die now. Hold on. I can make it. No, I can't. I'm dead. Well, that's just great. That is going to be a hell of a trek to get back there. We are in for a trip. Also, how you doing, Angelton? Sorry, I didn't really say hi or anything. Oh, hello. Spears are hard, yo. Come on. There we go. Oh, you're still alive. Okay. It's a good thing these are really, like, inexpensive to make. And I already picked up, like, another spearhead or two, so we're... Yeah, so this is that one the type of enemy we fought earlier. We're at the very end, I guess. Okay, easy with the fire now. Go ahead and swap some models in Yakuza. If the shakedown ignores you if you're smoking? Really? That's an amazing touch. Do the other enemies ignore you as well? I guess most of the other enemies don't actually travel. That's actually a really excellent touch because then you can just leave, you let the game run. Yeah, I don't think there's any truly traveling enemies. Most of them are like, hey, wait a second, I recognize that guy. You know, this game kind of reminds me of, like, the weird open worldness of it kind of is so reminiscent of Zelda Breath of the Wild. It doesn't have the same level of, like, systematized interactions where, like, fire, wind, rain, whatever, gravity, you know, huge height variations are as important. But, I get the same general vibe. Just like you're just third-person adventure wandering around the world, but like in a way that I haven't played enough games that do. That where like some of what's happening in the world is somewhat indifferent to your existence. I know there's at least one. Damn, you can get close to this thing. I know there's at least one or two different places where we can save, but I wanted to take a look at. I think I'm gonna have to climb the entire way. Yeah, you can see. Look, there's all these like paths. I'm gonna have to climb up to meet this thing in a bit. Seems to be the right way to go, though. Well, whoa, there's a bunch of these dudes. Oh, hello. If only I can learn how to throw a spear properly. Can you lock throw? No. You actually drop your lock to throw. Oh, there's so many of them. This is what they were talking about earlier, where they're so where they're blocking everybody's escape to get the Vagrant's Rest. Yeah, chunks of them are just waiting for me. I'm fine with running spears for a while. Oh, that was cool. I guess if you do enough damage, you just dunk them. So these are a little weak. Wait. Are they?
Ash suckers.
Whoops, I accidentally killed one of them by accident. I didn't realize. I gotta pay a little more attention before killing everybody. Insurgent armor. Oop. Should probably pay attention while equipping stuff, considering there's no pausing or anything.
Walking with shadows, you are.
I would very much like some support. Oh, wait a second. Maybe I don't. Wait, this takes my stamina down. Wait, what? Oh, I can trade 150 scoria and a white sapote gives me a fire kelp, and they drop my stamina every time I eat them. Well, that works for me. That's fine. So Granny Nella should be right over here. I in fact have I believe I have a relic that refers to Granny Nella. No, I guess not. I could swear I saw some reference to... Wait, here we go. Yeah. Elia. Or Ella. Isla? Refers to Granny Nella. Here you are.
You're one of Isla's new fancy friends, eh? Well, here's a sorry fishing tale for you. Me tribe's been hooked and landed by 3 of its own. Ake, Fiske, and Koi. Ake led the listeners past our defenses while we was watching the bloomin' light. Listeners made him cheap, and no one's strong enough to say otherwise. Except you, maybe. Ake's the bully boy, and Fiske keeps his axe nice and sharp. Cory hatched the whole nasty business. He's run off with a bad case of the gills now. The boys might have figured they was in charge, but it was them listeners casting the lines. Probably why Cory went and run off. Found out he wasn't as smart as he thought. Ake's the bully boy, and Fiske...
Okay. Before we return, I'm somewhat inclined to venture a little further out. Oh crap. You know what? You're on your own, Nyla. Especially after that mess. Holy crap. Less fire, please. Okay, the hitbox on that fire is redonk. That hits before it even remotely touches you. Oh my god, alright. Easy now. I don't necessarily know how I'm dealing with this. Oh my god, please with the fire. The fire hits like immediately. I need stronger healing items. This is nuts. Oh, come on, man. It's a start. Alright. Isla, give me a sec. Finally done getting dunked. Oh. Well, if I could just port back later, maybe I'll just do it. There's a tip that said something like "Scoria stored in the stash, something something," and I wonder, I wonder if it says something like it'll be spent if you try to craft. I didn't get the message. Wow, they've been busy. Look at this. There's like beds and stuff. Let me store some scoria. Kind of curious what this rook shield's all about. How good are you? You're better defense and 30 for the leather. What? Wait, what? I guess maybe it upgrades really well. The leather shield, I guess, is way better than the kite one. I'll worry about the other ones later. I want to get. Let me see. How much? Not enough scoria to upgrade. I don't think. If I can, I'm gonna upgrade like one of the giant clubs, or any of the big weapons that has a wide swing and hopefully is a bit faster. Look at you. Look at this. You're doing pretty well for yourself.
Amirin was once a great leader. Now she is a mere tyrant. She rules from the depths of despair, blind to the damage she does. The youngest of our family, Silarin, followed the matriarch into the darkness. As you search for the listener heart, I'd be glad of any news you gain about my little sister. Amirin was once a great...
Okay. Can we upgrade? Can I upgrade from the stash? No. Alright, well, in that case, let's go back and pick it up then. Look at this, we've got like almost civilization. This is actually really, really nice for considering their circumstances and their probable lack of expertise. Alright, so the one that was good, I kind of feel like I should try the shovel. Let me just try equipping it, and bladed club is probably good. The iron club is good. Don't know about that one. Let me try some of these. Shovel is a one-handed weapon? That's kind of swordy. Hold on a sec. Maybe not that one. No, the shovel's about the same. Put that back. The Mallee Club? I like the fact that the character's hands, you could see the character's hands moving to adjust the grip. Not as much for this one. I want some more overhead. I think I might do the Mallee Club. This is a bit lower of a swing. I kind of like this one best. No, it really depends on what the running attack is. Yeah, okay. Okay, let's see if we can upgrade this to make it decent. I'm sure right now it's pretty poop. Yeah, look at this. Everybody's got, like, they're much further along with building everything, and they're still, you know, they're still doing it. Got a lot of work to do. Alright, where's our smithy? Oh, sorry. Okay, so decent bit better. Can't forge it, but I got another hefty upgrade from that. You know, actually, I do have scoria. Hold on. Now, let me go back. Let me go back. Oh, you know what? Maybe you can just put raw scoria in the stash. You can't. Well, let me take the stashes here. And at least pop those. Okay, now we can go back and make this club extra special. Oh, you even need an upgrade material now. I don't know what the material is, but it's something. So this should be real nice. So Granny should be over here somewhere. Hey.
Those three scum-sucking
Or
dead egg sacs! These wet corn droppings! Dump them in the river for the finfish. Word has it that Up is Prince holding it down by the whispers. Let's go and poke a big hole in that there bloated puffer fish.
Alright. Also, when did you get this hat? I don't recall you wearing this hat previously. How did this...
Al told me that Fiske forged the axe that Ake is swinging about these days. Says it packs a fair and dark wallop. Fiske's been learning from the Darklings, I reckon. I've always liked the seaside. It's peaceful. Well, it was until Ake took over. Now it's all shouting and whip cracking. Let's go make the whispers quiet again.
Alright. You see what Grant... Whoa, what is this? Have a look at what is in this barrel. It's probably fish eyes. Or... Oh. Wait. Oh crap, I just realized what's going on. This is that downriver travel we were talking about earlier. Where are we? Is this going to put us back into... this is probably going to take us to the Whispers. Well. Ooh. Oh. This is the entire way down. I guess this is slightly better than fast traveling. Come on, let me hit you with this. I want to see what damage this is going to do. I might be willing to skip though. That's a nice hit. Alright, so... I don't think we can ride another barrel down there. Do we go the other way? I want to meet this this giant flying whale dragon friend, but I can't yet. How do we get down there? That's the question. It looks like I could go all the way over there. Well, if they're taking a page from Dark Souls 1 and Dark Souls 3, then theoretically any place you can see you can eventually get to if you're willing to travel and try your best to get over there. Considering the nature of this game so far, I would not be surprised if I can just walk the entire way over. Yeah, well, at least there's a good reason, or a good bad reason, I guess, for the elevator. As somebody who works in game dev, I'm not gonna be that the Mimi douchebag. Push, whoa, you almost made it. I'm not gonna be the Mimi douchebag who goes out of their way to bring that up over and over again. It's like saying, oh, you tripped and fell and broke your leg, then you got to the hospital and you eventually got it right. You know, it's somewhat properly healed, but you broke your leg once, so ha. Just very, like, the fact that, wait, broken prophetic basher? What is this? Prophets, acolytes, like to have a bit of religious iconography on hand to remind them of their higher purpose whilst bashing some faith into unbelievers. There's nothing more dangerous than devout superstition. Damn straight. Oh, hello. No, it wasn't that. Like, it wasn't that, like, were there a better solution? It wasn't like they had all the resources in the world or they had a point where they could make a decision. This is literally like they have pieces of the game that they're scrambling to put together that weren't remotely what they wanted it to be in the end. I feel like everybody sort of forgets what the history of Dark Souls 2 was. Dark Souls 2, for where the game was going and how much time they had to recover, how much work they had ahead of themselves. Dark Souls 2 is like miraculous that it got out the door. That dude has got that shield I was looking at earlier. Oh my god, alright. Oh, really? But really, the fact that Dark Souls 2 got released, wasn't the quality that it was, especially post-Scholar, it's pretty damn amazing. Sapient moss. Strange plant with an unpleasantly spongy feel, more like the texture of a brain than a plant. Wherever sapient moss is found, it appears to hold the spread of foregone fungus at bay. That moss is smarter than some of my cousins. It's crafting material. Oh, wait a sec. I recognize. This is that moss that's, I need. That's the upgrade material that I need. But back to what I was saying earlier, like Dark Souls 2, especially by Scholar, is really actually solid. And it's amazing that it is in the state that it is. That, you know, post I hope that's not okay. Dark Souls 2 is amazing quality for the story behind it. Let alone the fact that even, like, it stands pretty well on its own. I mean, it's missing some stuff that would have, like, well, I don't know, it's hard to even say. Like, the majority of what I think is the biggest issue with it would have been, like, stuff that would have been addressed with time, like making the animations feel a little bit better. So, I think... Hold on. Oh, I just realized what was going on. My shield wasn't out. I don't think I had equipped it. Okay, so that is a guard break. The shield bash is a guard break. I think Dark Souls 2, if it had the full development time, would have blown Dark Souls 3 out of the water, and it already stands on its own pretty well. You know, it just really comes down to, like, every Dark Souls game has... come on, man. Every Dark Souls game has issues, and it just comes down to, like, which warts and all scenario do you want to deal with? You know, because all of the Dark Souls games are just... They all have, like, severe issues in one way or another. Oh, get mega dunked. Screw your shields. I do wish, the funny thing is that I do wish that, I wish Dark Souls 2 had another chance, had another shot, because a lot of what they did conceptually was great. Angelton's also right, yeah. The funny thing is that you kind of have to balance that. A long-handled monster of metal and stone, its runes inscribed with the darkest of messages. The meaning of these runes is, well, best left to the imagination. Whenever you're making a game and you're designing it to be a sequel, you have to balance it against, like, are you going to fare better separated out from the IP or together with it? Oh, what? What? I saved your friend, though. Or your child, or whatever. Can't we be friends? What's wrong with you? Oh god, it hurts. Well, at least it doesn't continue to hurt that much. Okay, but I can't block it, though. Looking at some of the cuts stuff in the original plot, seems like a big problem once they switch directors halfway through. Well, as far as I know, the story wasn't like a lot of the story and presentation wasn't remotely going to be Dark Souls. Seems like it's actually worth going out. Are we going to cut you from? Oh no! What about belly rubs? Less chopping your guts out, more scritches. Oh no, wait, oh I see, you're the one. What'd you do? Oh, no wonder I lost down.
You draw the line between light and dark, life and death. That line has led you here. So please, take this and continue your drawing.
Guardian's Pact.
The Diasora won't be pleased that her pup has chosen you over her. I'd beat a hasty retreat if I were you. Before her jealousy gets bitey.
Bitey?
A name. Yes. It's Cole. And why am I cowering in a Diasora nest? My art brings me here. Now it takes me back to the shadows across the sea.
There's a line from Melentia in Dark Souls 2 where she says, "The giants crossed the sea," and the delivery for that particular line is perfect. Dark Souls 2 does not get enough credit for things like that. Like, some of their dialogue, some of the quality of their dialogue relative to the characters and the situations they're in are ridiculously good. Obviously, I'm a huge fan of Titi Gren, but that's, that's only part of it. Dark Souls 2 gets all the, the seek lest memeing.
The Diasora won't.
But it got so popular to hate on that game that people can't even realize what was good about it. I've seen other games that are the same way. Just the same as, shmups, for example. Oh, they're hard. All they are bullet dodging. And it's great themes, great music, awesome concepts, flashy weapons, outer space, everything. There's so much cool stuff with some of these games, and nobody's gonna bother because it's it's just. And that's a funny thing. I don't get it because people got into Dark Souls especially for the difficulty circle jerk memeing stuff, and people aren't willing to get into shmups. Like Dark Souls is meme hard, but not really hard. Where shmups, for example, are I guess now taken as I can't deal with this hard. I'm too afraid of it hard. Even though they're really especially for the pacing in which you go into them, They're not nearly as hard as you would think they are. That's scary. Someone's got a flashy stick. I don't want to deal with that. Oh, okay. Alright. I think I need to leave. Isla, you're on your own. I'm gonna leave now. Whoa, actually, somebody have proper magic? Hold on a sec. No, she's just dunking everybody because she's a freaking beast. What the... Isla, how did you become a monster? Dark Souls is even really hard. Yeah, that's true, yeah. Most of it is just literally being deliberate and paying attention. But that's also like one of the biggest skills people don't have. Where with shmups, like even if you are paying attention, they will require like amazing focus and just you have to be on and precise and quick, and you have to be able to read things like consistently. But it's a skill you can grow. You're not unable to pull it off, and it's not like you can't get anywhere from the beginning. I will say one of the issues with shmups though is that they tend to be viewed. There are sort of like there's not like such a smooth entry into the genre. I feel like, oh, okay, these are just full on. These are full on like suicide bombers. I think, right? Don't they just like walk up to you and kill themselves? No. Maybe I got lucky. Ooh, I didn't. But that was a much smaller fall. On the other hand, that was totally worth because I totally want the Sapient Moss. Not even really most players' fault since most games are consistently hand-holding with quest markers and bright shiny points telling you. Well, but I do think though, for shmups, there is no, there's not even like, there's no, for example, I guess, trying to think of the best equivalent. There's no like Super Mario World to your Celeste, to your, there's no Super Meat Boy to your, I don't know. Trying to think of like significantly different approaches to difficulty in the same genre. Like shmups tend to not. I feel like they all have a certain like base amount of difficulty you have to be able to survive to get anywhere. I guess no, there are some good examples like Resogun, Assault Android Cactus. Those have flat out like completely extremely apparent dynamic difficulty. Even like, I don't know, Gradius and R-Type have the rank systems where Gradius will change your encounters and throw more enemies at you if you're doing well. Both Gradius and R-Type will change the nature of the game based on your upgrade level, how much like how many power-ups and weapons you've gotten. Yeah, so those guys do just die. These guys are like the they kind of feel like the Black Knight of the the Dark Souls Black Knight equivalent enemy. Wait, did that specifically mention that it was adjusted to human size? Made from a listener design and adapted to a smaller human size, this armor provides a good level of protection to an agile wearer. No offense meant, but you look like a listener toddler. Batarang. I picked it up, I didn't equip it. Not bad. Shops are kind of niche, and that niche isn't really interested. Yeah, it's true. I mean, the same way. So there's a GDC video that is surprisingly good, believe it or not, called I think it's IKEA is the Dark Souls of hello. IKEA is the Dark Souls. No, other way around. Dark Souls is the IKEA of video games. And basically it says that, you know, their business is entirely around a particular niche. Okay. You know, they're entirely focused around a particular niche. And a lot of their business decisions are designed around that. And there are certain decisions that, because they're focused on the niche, they will turn away. Like they've made it way more efficient to cater to it, but they're also, you know, inherently non-mainstream in how they're, you know, as a result. And it allows them to do certain things for cheap for an audience that has like dramatically different like preferences, reactions to their product, different requirements to satisfy, different marketing goals. You know, all of that is all based on the fact that it's focusing on that niche. Something tells me I'm in the wrong spot. Oh, jeez, you were... Isla's a beast. She's like, nah, I see you walking up to us. Hope we don't play that. Hey. Oh, hey. Okay, I thought I blocked that. That was... I don't even know. Isla, come over here and kill this dude for me. There you go, see? Oh god, okay, it was... I didn't expect it to go that quick. I got a swing in. Didn't I just pick something up? No, I did not. Yeah, so... Take that. You know. Yeah. Ooh. Oh yeah, yeah. So they hide these such that you'll notice them on your way back in case you want to literally just pop the entire way over. Oh, it was an artifact. That's why I wasn't able to see it. It's looking in the wrong spot. Alright, while we're safe, let me take a quick second at the restroom and then I'll be back. Alright, let's take a look at this artifact. Curious what it's going to end up being. So, Ake's lore. Every Whisper's child learns to fish before they can talk. Upon their first catch, they are given a lure, a sign of their unique value to the tribe. Out there, if you don't learn to fish, you don't get a chance to learn much else. I've gone fishing only just a couple times, and I'm no good at it, but I wish I had more time to go out and just fish for a while, like a weekend or whatever. I don't even know where a good fishing spot is around here. Oh, wow, okay, I need a lot more for that. But I can take the axe here and make it real nice. Or at least a little bit better.
Amirin was once.
Okay, alright.
Now, hand me Ake's lure so I can keep it from falling into the wrong hands again. In my tribe, a lure is given to you when you come of age. It's your pride and joy. Ake had the blood of chiefs in his veins and the brains of a fangfish in his skull. This lure will go to a young one. Someone strong, like Ake, but with a better noggin. Not sure where Fiske is hiding. I'll ask around the folks you freed from Ake. In the meantime, you know what this town of yours needs? Contraptions. You know, lamps and spinning wheels and such. And I knows just where to look. Flokir, a tinker, keeps his stash in a cave by the Whispers. Go have a nosy, eh?
Sounds good.
I spend my whole life on the run. It's good to finally have somewhere I can put my feet up.
Well, I'm sure we'll be able to put it to good use, you know. It's like, fresh bread or whatever. We can have a windmill and a granary and stuff.
Yeah, I know. I'm squinting. Can't help it. But I'd rather be squinting than stumbling about in the dark.
Nothing new yet. Wow, spearheads. Even though you get 9 spears out of it. I'm not spending that much until I know I can get more out of it. Let's see, all the way down here. So we could either... I'm gonna go ahead and just fly over there. Come on, windfish. Where are you? I love the ridiculous weight that you hear as that thing lands. It's crazy. Wait, how far out is this? Not very far out. Probably right over here, I guess. Yeah, we're literally right on top of it. Oh. What's the catch? What makes this so difficult? Oh no. Oh. How you doing?
Hold on. You look familiar. Where have I... That's it. You're the one who toppled Arcade. Well, I could certainly use someone of your talents right now. So let's haggle. Floker's the name, and tinkering's my trade. Inventions for the enlightened. Catchy, right? But I can't do any tinkering now, because some accursed miscreant has stolen my tools.
That was gonna be me.
I stashed them away to keep them safe. This light-fingered loust must have seen me. The trail leads uphill, through a corb hunting ground. More corbs than I can handle alone.
Hey, Cat. Alright, where are we? Just gotta go up enough to get to a path. How do we get up here? Oh, okay. Well, this might be easy enough. Nope. How's your night, Cat? I feel like this is the sort of blockage that I could break by striking those two relics together from earlier. The Heartbone Rod and the I think the Seeing Stone. I'm doing alright. I've luckily managed to get to the point where I think work, my latest Time Worn Spear. Nice, these are new ones. Whoa, wait a second. 90, 180 up from, that's pretty good. That's a better spear for flat on like melee. The work is eased up a bit. I think we're... that scared me. I think I finally hit the point where I'm not chasing milestones for a bit. Yeah, work is like that. Whenever you work on games, it's just like every while or so... Oh, come on, man. So we gotta watch out for those guys. What's going on? Okay, alright. For me, work is pretty much always a back and forth between you're like way ahead or you're struggling to make sure you don't fall behind, and there's like no like comfortable middle ground. And because of how game development works, it's kind of to be expected. You know, because game development is not like, it's not a science. You know, nobody really knows exactly the workload for everything, how long anything will take to do. Part of it is because game development has so many interconnected features, so many systems that need to work so well, and you know, chunks of it will simply be, you know, nice, more moss. Some of it is as simple as just you're targeting a particular type of gameplay, or you're targeting a particular feel or ease of use or whatever, nobody really knows exactly how it all comes together or what the best option is. It's, you're just, sometimes you're just trying it out and going, this didn't quite work the way we thought it should. Oh, I should not have done that. I gotta go all the way back. But that's not, that's not uncommon for any game dev. That's just the way things are. And as more games, as we go from, having, so video games have only been around for, since like the 80s. Like, video games in a form that we even remotely recognize as video games. Unless you start going, unless you're going to go into like tennis for two territory, oscilloscope games. Games only really materialize into something that start to feel like a proper video game recently. And worse, there's still a lot to learn. There's still a lot to figure out. I mean, 100 years from now, we'll still have video games, and there's going to be so many different... There's going to be so many differences in how they're designed and how they're developed. From workflow to tools. Certain design patterns will be extremely common because somebody figures out that, they're that good, they're a great idea. For how you distribute work, for what the most important parts of the games, are. Like, a great example is that people are starting to figure out that good user interface is not throwing a junior programmer in because nobody else wants to do it. It's, good user interface is taking people who are good at it, people who really know their way around the tools, people who, not just, this is crap work for, the lowest bidder, or the person who's, the person who's least capable of doing something that we deem to be more important, But further down than that even, which is also getting attention finally, is literally down the road? No. Oh, that's the road though. More so even than user interface design is people figured out, user experience is something we should put some importance on as well, and that is way more like nebulous and difficult to understand, but also like, and it's way more like wide-reaching than just user interface. User experience is big, and it affects everything just as much as like user interface connects to and represents everything. User experience is like the refinement and the polish of everything. It's wild that anyone could think that a major part of how the player interacts with the game can be important. Well, it could be unimportant. Yeah. Well, it's kind of like there are certain paradigms for how to approach problems that people haven't really thought of. Like, I think probably a decent example would be things like, the simpler, earlier stuff would be things like, and the easier ones to kind of understand would be like good lighting and especially shadows and what they could do for your presentation. But the other one is like PBR. So there was so these characters are wraiths, and they are bad news if you're willing to chase them. Oh yeah, see? Okay, alright. Even dropped my lantern. Well, you can put it down though. So these are basically the super spooky areas that you got to watch out for, and I don't even know I don't think I can even get out there. I don't think I can make a jump that far. I might barely be able to make it, but I'd be shocked if I could. But once I'm capable of getting in here... Once I'm capable of getting in there, I think this is where the game really begins. This is where the true Ashen begins. So, lighting and everything allows you to communicate a lot more, just in general, getting really excellent quality, like global illumination, and deferred lighting is the one I'm looking for. Where deferred lighting allows you to put a lot of lights on the scene for very cheap. Then PBR, on the other hand, allows you to basically treat materials in a way that is way more generic and understandable, where you're able to basically kind of... I'm not going to be able to explain it very well, but you have a common sense understanding of how materials interact with light. And that just blew, that blew everybody's minds, and... Suddenly, lighting in games becomes so much better. The textures look much more amazing because of that. Realism goes way up. I'm trying to think of some really great examples of these sort of paradigm shifts that are more intelligible. Oh wow, I can make that? Huh. Where are the good spears? Where are the new spears? Hey. There. Trying to think of what the absolute best, most kind of player-facing examples of these sort of paradigm shifts. Just like how good UI and good UX. Are especially good UX, but getting talented people rather than your newbies and your juniors on UI is going to be big. But UX is going to make now the games are getting complex enough to where you even have to think about how this stuff flows and how features interact, how players look at and use a feature. And how to remove pain points and make sure that players don't find themselves fumbling over how everything works. Crafting, it is anything. It's crafting systems. It's how combat works. It's how to navigate the world. Part of the reason why UI and UX get lumped together is because a chunk of UX is there we go. I need my laser. A chunk of UX tends to be things like, how do you flow between menus? Overlord's Hauberk. Plating forged from an exotic metal. Significantly better. There was a book by Don Norman called The Design of Everyday Things that speaks very well to making any product or service you interact with a smooth experience and an appealing experience to the user. And if you're looking for some sort of baseline introduction to what UX can be, that's part of it. How do I get up there? Went all this way, all the way out. Hit this roadblock. Oh, I ran way the other direction. Okay, let's go back. Did I loop? I think maybe I looped. I think I ended up all the way over there. Let's see. Get dunked. I think I did loop. Damn, she is ridiculous. Forgot, I've also got a really excellent club dealio. Oh, hello. What was I doing? Forgot it was taking so long to swing. I keep accidentally switching to the spear when I don't. I view the spear as like a secondary thing. I think I'm somewhat getting where I want to go. Yeah, I'll take the high road with all the easy weenie enemies. Oh, okay. Hey. I thought I dodged it after that. Seems like there's no parrying. It's whoa. Okay. All right. Hold on a minute. Oof. Spin to win. UX can be things as simple as making the design of an area draw the player's eye. Like, for example, so one of the things that Dark Souls... Is this even remotely right? Closer. One of the things that Dark Souls does that, like, Blighttown has it. It's a little thing that you wouldn't think about, and once I started to notice, I appreciated it. They put a subtle little light, a little like a wall sconce, next to all of the ladders in Blighttown, and that's something that, like, it's not just that there's light in the area; they're placed in such a way to where they are like a unique and reliable indicator. And I bet early on they didn't necessarily have that. And that's the sort of thing a UX designer might recommend. Get the player naturally, as best as you can, making positive decisions on their own based on the information that is available to them. Not explicitly like tutorial hints kind of stuff, but more so that the design... That's funny. It's Yokelno. It's not just that, like, oh, you're tutorial prompting somebody with waypoints and stuff. It's more like make some nudgy, tweaky adjustments to the game that kind of do the work for you without being so arbitrary. In the same way that, like, for a crafting system, you might reorder or rearrange the menus so that they flow a bit more logically. Stuff like that. You might remove elements from the screen that are too confusing and make them contextual, or just make them only available in, like, very specific menus, or even just make it to where, like, you could make the decision, like, this just, like, players just trip on this too much, this feature needs to go, or this piece of the UI, or this... it could be, stripping down the complexity of the crafting materials or the currency needed in game or whatever. Can I like buddy climb this though? See, I've ran the entire way back just to try to figure out how to get up there. Oh. I thought that was the freaking space fish. I thought the noise off to this, and it was, but the space fish distracted me. So one thing that could happen, for example, you know what? Third try is a charm. One thing that could happen UX-wise could be that, yeah. So one UX change was getting rid of armor upgrades into Dark Souls 3. Another was changing how Ascension works to not have like 15 flavors of Titanite in Dark Souls 1 between Dark Souls 1 and 2. So those are the kinds of changes. Those are the kind of changes that you consider making, and that kind of like goes into the realm of UX. Now, the UX designer wouldn't necessarily make the change. They would analyze the system and go, "Oh, here's a pain point, or here's something the players don't understand, or whatever." And they'd make recommendations along that line. Jeez, I'm glad I didn't get dumped by that. So going back to this game though, that rune where you can rest, where the space fish lands, there might be a so you know how the space fish will always, like, once you go a certain distance away, he flies off, and then he lands back on it when you get close to it. And notice how it landing kind of distracted me from the ambush as I was walking out. What could happen, and which would be along the lines of a UX decision, would be, oh, well, perhaps we could space those out just a little bit to make the situation a bit more clear, so you focus on one or the other. And honestly, that rune thing doesn't really need to be. It can be moved a few feet back, and nobody would care. Like, it would be no loss. It would just improve, like, the experience overall. Shame it took calculus equations to work out which gems were best. Well, yeah, that was part of that. Was that, like, there were probably too many damage types relative to how many damage types mattered. Now, it doesn't mean necessarily that they need to just flat out remove most of the damage types, but a lot of care would have to be taken to say, like, alright, well, can we make enough of them available as well as enough of them important to enrich the experience? And if it does, and if it can, then you could potentially say, okay, well, they might need to exist, and you'd have to better educate the player as to, like, which are most important. Some commonalities would make sense. Not plus 13.9% blood damage. What do you mean, the upgrades at all? In terms of, I think I'm missing your particular reference. Oh, you mean the bigger versus smaller numbers thing? Or what are you saying in particular? Because they typically don't display a percent, a bonus percent. Restoration and Bloodborne, which increase damage against beasts. Oh, right, yeah. That system is incredibly ambiguous. With the way that the Souls games work, I'm trying to figure out how to get up there. Because I can't, like, the path that I'm looking at is blocked. So I either need to climb up and around or something. Like, some of the damage type stuff kind of makes sense in that, like, certain weapons and certain attacks basically become piercing against certain armor types because of how defense works. I suppose it could be, I think you could adjust it to make it more intuitive without really changing any of the net effects, like the amount of hits to kill, the percentage health dealt and reduced, or any of that. Yeah, what is going on with this? Like, they just point me in this direction, and they don't specifically say, like... I can't use the relic. I don't think I can buddy climb this. I think I might need to just come back later. I will say, just the numbers overall, though, there sort of is a bit of give and take with that. In terms of, like, what level of complexity makes sense, especially relative to the audience, and especially that with Dark Souls being catered to a more niche audience, like, that there is an audience there that does like a lot of number crunching and exploring the mechanics, so having it be spelt out for you right off the bat probably isn't the most appropriate decision. And yeah, obviously that means that they're separating people out. There goes the controller. I just lost connection. But they at least, in this particular case, as best as they can, they would pass cert. Have I been further out? No. You know what? Hold on a sec. Yeah, I think I have to go somewhere else. Let me go find Amiran. Super annoyed that the best visible damage gem, Bloodborne, is 27.3. It is an awkward number, but it makes it very clear that that number is relative. Like, even though I don't necessarily agree with what they did with it, they have a very particular, like, intent in mind. And no, you couldn't necessarily round it to 30. Not with how their defense works. Not with how their damage formula works. Like, a long-term ideal would be, and if you had a lot of time and resources to make that perfect, you could. But, like, you'd have to adjust, like, a ton of the rest of the game in order to get that number to be perfect. So no, they could not. That extra little bit of damage pushes past, and the same way. They wanted it to be that particular, that high for a reason, and if it was lower, then they would, like, especially because their gems are multiplicative. The difference in damage from a few percent is ginormous. I can only guess that this is relative to a design intent that says balance around a maximum blood level with very high multiplicative modifiers. God, stop roasting me. With very high multiplicative modifiers and and design it basically for endgame chalice engines. And, like, I think where players tend to play Bloodborne doesn't match with where, or at least the Soulsy, Soul Level 120-esque community. That doesn't match where the game is designed and how it's balanced. Whole system requires a math degree to know what's good. I will say, yeah, I think they probably took that niche so far as to, like, it's so far away from players that, like, most people won't really figure it out, and they've hit a niche that is so, like, for relative to understanding what they're getting at a damage, like, nobody is gonna, like, it's not gonna appeal to enough players to have been worth making it so complex. But I think it might be, like, honestly, it might be their goal to a degree to basically say, it might be their goal to a basic degree to say, hey, like, we want these systems to be so obtuse, and we want players to spend so much time researching it. Just down there. That, like, it's not meant to be found conveniently by any given player for a very long time post the release of the game, and that might be the part of their intent. Thanks for those, Domini. And with everything we know about Soul so far, with the way that their lore is presented, there's the fact that there's the environmental storytelling, with a lot of how their visual aesthetic works, how players find their way around the world, all that kind of stuff. I'm pretty convinced that, like, this is probably intentional to have their numbers be so strange and difficult to understand. To be honest, you've never liked how they handle magic in any of the games? Well, I think they probably went from, like, it being a cool little thing that they didn't expect anybody to really specialize in, into, oh wait, everybody discovered how strong this is and how easy it makes the game. We have to keep it in the game because it's vestigial, so the best alternative is to make it to where it's like, it's a nicety and a parlor trick, but it's not something you can rely on. Oh god, he's down there somewhere. I don't quite know how I even get down there. I have ideas. But with how Bloodborne and Dark Souls 3 handled spellcasting. Ooh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Okay, let me... Hold on a minute. Thanks. Thanks, I hate it. With how Bloodborne and Dark Souls 3 handled spellcasting in general, I feel like they really want to hit home that it needs to be relegated to something that you either invest in to the point where it doesn't even really pay off, just in order to get something out of it. Like, you have to basically sacrifice into it. And I don't mean FP, because I think FP is a fantastic idea. I mean more so the amount of stats and equipment you have to get. Like, you have to basically say, I'm committing to this, and I am committing to nothing else, and then, yes, it'll give it to you. Bloodborne is similar. And I think I think they wanted to make it to where, like, nobody could go into it and just have it be this convenient extra thing that was always great. In Dark Souls, you can choose sorcerer as a starting class. Yeah, I totally get it. I think that's the point where they basically said, sorcerer is a pre-existing class from the earlier games. We don't want people to rely on it, but it has to exist. Thus, it becomes this useless vestigial thing. And I feel like sometimes I feel like that's a commonality for Japanese games in general. Like there'll be features and there'll be like stuff that actively hurts quality of life, but it's kept because all the previous games did it. Like it's almost like traditional bad experience. I definitely feel that way, like, a lot. I just feel like that's just such a common thing. And that wide swing. Give me a break. I need a tasty sap. I would like to see a Souls-esque game put magic in a way that like doesn't feel OP but is unique and interesting in its own right. And Dark Souls 2 came close for a while and they nerfed it into the ground. I think with Dark Souls 2, I think they realized that they didn't really have a way to make Where's Jokel? Help me out, man. You abandoned me. I think they figured out that they don't have a way to make this like their numbers were never going to work because of how their formulas work for physical and elemental defense. And rather than put the enormous amount of work into coming up with numbers, like formulas that make sense and numbers that accommodate that, they decided, oh, all right, well, this, magic is effectively something we can live without, so let's just nerf it into the ground so nobody bothers to use it. Just the same as, like, especially when it comes to magic and PvP. Like, magic and PvP for Dark Souls is not by any means a requirement for what they are intending for the game. Like, magic is not a core pillar for their game design, so if they basically say, okay, this isn't working out, the best thing we can do is just remove it. But because you can't really remove features from games, especially when the Souls series has traditionally had magic, they instead say, alright, well, let's just nerf it in the ground so nobody uses it, at least. It'll still exist, nobody can say it doesn't exist, but at least it won't be a problem. Man, I really feel like jumping down to that. If I could jump down and make it and actually trigger it before I landed and just die instantly. I don't think I can. That'd be amazing if I could. But do you see what I'm saying though? Like, I think relative to their design philosophy and the situation at hand, they made the best worst choice, which is just alright, well, we didn't really plan for magic to work like this. We still need to keep it in the game. Let's just nerf it in the ground. I mean, it's still baseline functional in PvE. It's just, for the most part, it's a giant waste of time in PvP. And the only people who ever made it, like, alright, not even good, the only people who made it alright were the people who sat there and number crunched into oblivion, which is really what I think is one of their pillars. Hey, Sindro. I think one of the core design pillars for the Souls games is that they want you to have systems for, like... How do I get down there? Oh, hello. Welcome back. You okay? I think they want to create systems that players are tinkering with for a long time and not immediately understanding. You know, they're effectively puzzles where you're trying to figure out the best solution is, for I want to create a pure spellcaster character. I want to create a hybrid. I want to make sorcery usable in PvP. All that kind of stuff. But I also think that they're willing to have players ignore it, and they're willing to have those features be damn you. They're willing to have those features be vestigial rather than too strong. You know, the funny thing, so that kind of reminds me, so you know how players always make the mistake, and it's become such a stupidly common thing. I don't know why people think this is a good idea. They'll go, oh, don't rely so much on nerfs, just buff everything. You know, they go into that design philosophy of like, you know, if everybody's superpowered, nobody's superpowered. But it's always looked at in the vacuum of like, okay, well, one thing does a certain amount of damage per second, or one thing has a certain swing speed or movement speed or whatever, or a certain amount of frame advantage or whatever it ends up being. And they're like, just make everything the same, right? Or just bring up all the crap. You know, even the stuff like, for example, you know, if Vanilla Sagat in Street Fighter 4 is too strong, well, don't nerf Vanilla Sagat. Just buff Ryu, who is the center of the game that everything's designed around. Damn it! Stop. Just buff Ryu until he does the same damage or whatever. And people don't seem to understand. Like, the second you buff Ryu, then Cammy, who was normally a great matchup for Ryu, or you know, whatever it ends up being, or Guile. Like, all the other elements of the game that already were performing pretty well fall out of whack. So rather than taking the one, like, so there's two different things. One is that all the other parts of the game now are out of whack, and they all have to be adjusted to bring them, into line. Just for similarly compatible features like characters. Damn you! Can Yokel beat a shield? Yeah, he's alright. Is this game good? Why does no one play it? I'm not aware that, like, I don't think that there's a lack of people playing. I mean, why do you say that? Why is nobody streaming it, maybe? Getting long-term, active Twitch player bases, getting lots of streamers and viewers for a game is a whole other animal than people actually playing the game. If you're asking for why is nobody playing it on Steam, it's not released yet. So hopefully you're not looking at Steam charts and saying, "Oh, this game is abandoned" or whatever. When it won't be out in Steam until I think next year. I'm liking it a lot. I'm finding it basically to be like sort of a marriage of like Journey and Dark Souls, and I don't even know, like something in the range of like Zelda Breath of the Wild, or that sort of thing. Because of those who are popular streamers playing. I think they probably. I wouldn't be surprised if they haven't played it. Like, I think they probably have. But this game was released a few months ago, and we're already past that. That first couple weeks when anybody would even bother with it. For a not so replayable single player only game. I think you probably missed it. I mean, your window for like look at Devil May Cry. Like 2 weeks from now, and like almost nobody's going to be streaming it. And Devil May Cry is incredibly popular. You know, big giant AAA game. You know, newest release in a hit series. So I mean, I'm probably going to get around to playing Devil May Cry in like a few months from now, maybe, or you know, no more than 4 or 5 weeks. Probably a few weeks after Sekiro at best. And yeah, Lobos played it. Lobos is a pretty big streamer. I think I need to do other... I don't know how to get to the listener runes. Let me try this one more time. Yeah. They unless it's multiplayer or roguelite, they won't last long. As far as any stream viewership is concerned at all. Just nobody's gonna... That doesn't mean the game's bad or whatever. You know, like, that's such a... That seems very arbitrary. Plus, there's enormous amounts of good games in genres nobody cares about. Like, space shooters, for example. Like, Zero Ranger and Super Hydora are incredible. They have almost no viewership on Twitch whatsoever because they're a genre with a small, an infinitesimally small fan base, despite them being incredibly amazing games. I think this is actually where I need to be. I need a friend. I need an adult. Try to kill me. Or okay. Not like that. I meant the whole, like, lunge at you and try to kill you. You know what? So this is where Amirin should be. Yeah? Yeah, that's right. Get it. No. Shoot. Yeah, multiplayer games and roguelites, and especially PvP games in particular, are the big ones on Twitch. Anything that has a lot of replayability or a lot of variability in how the game plays. Single player games, especially stuff that doesn't get replayed a lot, even if they're good, they're gonna get like no attention. Oh, I thought I rolled that. Well, yeah, well, just chatting is like people theater, you know what I mean? Like, on top of the fact that, you know, people are, it's like a podcast, you know. Podcasts are popular. Hey, thanks for the follow. I really do wish some of like my favorite smaller genres were super popular though on Twitch, but good luck. I will say though, like, some roguelites in their prime were popular. Roguelite shmups even, like Enter the Gungeon. Like Cobalt had done a bunch of Gungeon. In fact, Cobalt had what was that? What is that? I thought there was additional shaking. Cobalt and like one other streamer had they had like gear in the game, weapons at least, designed and named after them because I think it was when Gungeon was either early access or somehow beta or whatever. Enter the Gungeon had a lot of attention being drawn to them because Cobalt was streaming that a lot. So, you know, all you got to do is find the right niche. I mean, a good example would be not gonna fool me. A good example would be Video Game Donkey, who also likes also happen to like Zero Ranger or not Zero Ranger, happen to like Gungeon a lot, pointing out Zero Ranger and getting a lot of attention to that game. even though there isn't a ton of viewership for Zero Ranger, it's still, like, the visibility got boosted a lot, and tons of people started streaming it. Instead of, 1 or 2 a week, you were seeing, like, 5 or 10. Still not a lot of viewers because it's a niche genre, but a gigantic, improvement at least. And sometimes, it'll come down to, like, a bigger streamer is looking for something quirky. Hey, Viper. How you doing? Or a good example for me would be when, even though Dark Souls 2 got pans, there was like a period for my stream when I was getting 250 to 600 viewers with Dark Souls 2. And sometimes it's not even necessarily how big the streamer is, just the right person in the right place is all it takes. Hey, mate. That combination works really well. Alright. There you go. I'm doing alright. Chugging along with work mostly. It's becoming easier, smoother. About to pass another milestone. Thanks, maid. Seems like you've been doing pretty well. Oh, I thought I killed the skeleton. Okay. I thought he was in death throes. Instead, he was getting back up. I have, like, no tree sap. I think there's usually next to the boss, or at least, I don't know. There were, like, 2 or 3 on the way up to that one boss I fought earlier. Ukoto. Things have generally been pretty smooth for me. It's just, it's just a lot of work. And I'm one of the few people who's consistently reliable for doing the type of work that I'm doing, so. And good at it. I'm gonna throw that in at the end. I didn't want to start with that. Damn it. I thought I had just a little bit extra time to roll, and I gotta waste more sap. Am I gonna be streaming Sekiro Day 1? That's the plan. I don't really know how, I don't quite know how, like, am I gonna get contacted by Activision? Probably not. Am I gonna... Will there be, like, a digital... Oh, come on, Jokio, come on, why can't you just dodge like a normal... Or just tank it like everybody else? Ah. Oh, I can't roll out of that super easily. Hold on. Hold on, come here. Soak up some damage for me. Oh my god, please. The fact that these guys jump accurately to the target. Get out of here. I will have some mushroom. Tasty mushroom. Yeah, this area seems like you could very easily just get mega dunked the moment you take a little trip and fall. A little sleepy slip. Are you watching me on your phone? Damn, that was expensive. Good. Wait, if I put my lantern down, can I just take... Hold on a sec. If I put the lantern down... I can take out the shield. Perfect. Okay, I wasn't sure if I could do that. It's a spooky... I think Yokel's at a healing item because he's hey, rude. You're not allowed to like come to life and stab at the same time. Hey, ease up with the stabbing. We're running out of healing items. Fire kelp. This spiny and blistered seaweed is incorrectly believed by some to protect against skag spit. Few know of a safe way to prepare the kelp to be eaten, and most who try do not survive the experience. So this flat out tries to kill you. A rotted axe. I wonder how many like poisony weapons there are. No, he'll kill. He'll be back. Love how you got so many games to play. Here you are playing Final Doom with the Brutal Doom mod. Wait, I think this is the way I'm supposed to go. I just don't want to face Spooky Man in the distance. You know what? How about this? Here. Deal with it. Get. Ah. Okay, alright, you know what? Crap, this is a bad idea. Get my lantern back. Crap, that's it. Ah, damn it. I wonder if I keep my lantern or it's gone. Crap. If I have to go the entire way down without my lantern, I'm screwed. That might be the case. I left it down there because I'm a genius. Oh, man. Oh, I got it. Okay, I was about to say. So wait, hold on a sec. Where is the entrance? Is it over here? Yeah, so this is the way. Okay, well we can go back easily enough. It is 11:55 though. So let's do this. Let's plan on heading back into the darkness, and hopefully we can come equipped with magic missiles. That don't just come from my head. Yeah, the aesthetic is Absolver-like. It's something between, like, Absolver, Journey, Breath of the Wild, getting attacked at a spawn point. It's something between, like, Journey, Dark Souls, Breath of the Wild, and Absolver. It kind of has that kind of mix. And it's a good, clean mix.